Hey guys, so second video of the day, and this one's a little bit more of a rush because I do have to go into work early, but I am gonna get it filmed for you guys. And if you can see on the calendar, I'm actually up to today's day, so we're on Genderfluid. Yay! I'm back up to speed. And there's a lot of color in this one. I'm still figuring out what I'm gonna do for purple and blue, which one's gonna be on my eyes and which one's gonna be on my lips. But I am doing this one for you guys who are in the closet because I know that there are people who are gender fluid who are not out about it, because there are people who are like my mom who believe you're either a guy or a girl and there's no in between. And, she accepts being trans, but she does not accept that, agender and gender fluid and stuff like that exists. So, yeah. But anyways, you guys didn't come here to see me rant about my mom. You came for a makeup look and makeup tutorial. So we're going to get started on foundation, and I do a 2-to-1 ratio of light to dark foundation on my face because I do have to mix foundations to do anything even remotely resembling my skin color. That's just an unfortunate fact of my life. I have to kind of just come up with my own foundation pretty much. And I'm sure that there are plenty of others out there who are like me. So that's why I tell you guys what my ratios are, because I know that there are people who can't for the life of them find a skin color that works for them. So I tell you guys my ratio so that you're able to do it and learn yourself how to do this makeup and make something that doesn't darken you out a ton, doesn't lighten you out a ton, that kind of stuff. And if you guys notice any unnatural colors on my skin, it's because I legitimately just did another makeup look that hopefully should be uploaded by now for those who are agender, and it is one that is for people who are in the closet, because I know that not everyone is in a safe environment to come out of the closet, so that's why I'm doing a lot of in the closet looks, even though at the start of the month I was really loud with my gay pride. I had also just previously done a makeup look that was like rainbow based that could be a gay pride look for those in the closet, so I felt bad about the way that I went about it, but I did what I did, and there was no fixing it, so it is what it is, and we move on. But yeah. And you guys will notice that I'm doing gay pride stuff in a second folder compared to the makeup stuff folder that I have for majority of what's on my channel. And that is just personal preference. I want gay pride to be kind of highlighted in its own way. I don't want it to just be tossed in there with other makeup stuff, so via personal preference I have chosen to make a second playlist specifically for that. Yeah. Alright, agender, I believe, because I didn't define it in the last video, but I think it means no gender. It's somebody who does not identify with having any gender, which, you're 100% valid and stuff. And if I'm wrong, someone correct me, please. I always want to make sure that I'm not misrepresenting people in the community. We're all in this together. That's why we form the LGBTQ community. It was to be able to support each other and, be there for each other, because a lot of people don't like people like us. So, we accept each other. And some people would consider my mom an ally, but, the way that she's described what she thinks about the community to me, I'm not sure that I do consider her an ally. She's awesome about accepting bisexuals and gays and straights and all that, but She doesn't believe there's anything outside of guy, girl, gay, straight, bi. In her mind, that's all that exists. So, yeah, I don't exactly call her an ally of the community as much as I would love to. But anyways, now we're on to concealer. And this is just a little 3-prong flower on your forehead. And then cover up those under eye bags. Everyone has them. There's no shame in it. I don't care who you are. Even models have them. They just have really good makeup to hide them. And then I normally would do it on my chin, but I know I'm breaking out on my chin. So that's why I'm not doing it, because I know I have to conceal my chin anyway to get rid of the acne. But I'm just going around now and covering up like all my freckles and stuff. If you want your freckles to exist still, then you don't have to cover them. But I'm breaking out really bad, and I don't particularly like my freckles. So away they go with makeup. You guys are all stars. You know, whatever you think makes you look perfect probably does. For me personally, making me look perfect involves not having freckles. I don't know why. I don't think I look good with them. And it's not like I have a lot of them, but they still exist, and I still don't like them. So I just kind of cover them up. And keep your concealer handy when we move into blending it out, because it's, swear to God, it is the eraser of makeup. Concealer can erase anything should you give it enough time and enough concealer. I didn't do the best job at taking the eyeliner off. Uh-oh. It's a good thing I'm putting more eyeliner on with this look. Otherwise I'd have to go back there and, wipe out my eyes and the area around it. And reapply the makeup there. So, glad I'm doing more eyeliner. But anyways, we are on to bronzer. And bronzer you need 2 brushes for. The big one first. And I am using my Wander Beauty Trip to Costa Rica bronzer. I like this shade. I think it's a good shade. I think it's dark for me, but personal preference kind of a thing. And when you do bronzer, you do up in your hairline, along your jawline, and then you're going to suck in your cheek, and it goes in the hollow of your cheek. There we go. And just mimic this exact same effect on the other side of your face. And we do it like this to thin out our faces, make them look a little bit more chiseled. Not everyone likes the way our face is formed. It's just the way it is. Not everyone is happy about the way that they look. So makeup kind of lets us conceal those things that we aren't very happy about. But now we're moving on with this brush and our bronzer. We're going to contour our nose. And we're going to go at the top, which is right about even with the corner of your eye, the middle, and the end of your nose. And then you're going to go up to your eyebrow and just follow the eye socket around and connect the dots. And this just makes it look like there's natural shadows there. Makes it look like your nose is skinnier than it actually is. So I like to do this. Not everyone likes to contour their nose, but it's just personal preference. I prefer to do it. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Makeup is 100% selective, and you can skip out steps of this if you don't like the way that I do it, or you don't like that particular step, but you still like the makeup itself, then you're 100% free to skip steps of it. We're moving on to blush though. And I'm using this Mink by LA Colors color blush, and it does not take much of this. I'm probably going to do it a little bit heavier than I normally would because this is the Genderfluid flag, which involves pink. So we're going to do a little bit heavier than I normally would, but it goes right above that bronzer. And if you can't find your bronzer because you applied it a little bit lightly, then go ahead and suck in the hollow of your cheek again and apply it right above the hollow of your cheek. There we go. And there's blush and the pink of the Genderfluid flag. Now then, moving on to highlight. And I'm using a Fairy Dust highlight by Kobos, one of the two. And I personally like to shine like the star that I am and the star that you guys all are, because you guys are my stars. So I tend to get a lot of highlight, but it just goes right above that blush that you just did on the top of your cheekbone to highlight that area. My bed is moving around a lot and I don't know why. I can hear all the creaks and stuff and I'm just like, what's going on? Alright, there we go. And now then, I have a blending brush. If you don't have a blending brush for this step, use a spare powder brush. Not the one that you actually do your powder with, but find a spare or buy a spare to blend your makeup out a little bit. And we're just going to take and we're going to blend. And it takes like maybe 10 seconds on each cheek, up over your forehead. And just blend it out. Blend out your nose a little bit so that the lines aren't so harsh. And yeah, pretty much it for blending. Blending is not a super long step, but it does help you look a little bit more natural makeup wise. It doesn't, leave hard lines or whatever. And now onto finishing setting powder. That's what I'm looking for, the word. And I'm using the CoverGirl Clean Professional one myself. I'm trying to be careful and not, get powder all over my bed as I do this. But I just dip it and get a little bit on the brush, and then the lid is the best measuring cup because if you swirl it around in the lid and there's excess on the bottom after the fact, then you know there's too much. And always tap it if you've seen the light dusting that's on the bottom after the fact, to make sure that you get all that excess off. And I tend to move my mirror away for this step so that I don't get powder all over it. But then you just go all over your face to set that base makeup and make sure that it doesn't move. And this again just ensures that your base makeup doesn't move. It makes it last a little bit longer during the day. If you're just doing normal day-to-day activities, this will help it last a fair bit longer than it normally would, because if you normally don't have much by way of foundation left on your face by the time you get home, perhaps you'll have a little bit more if you've done setting powder. But anyways, we are on to our eyes. And I think the eyes I'm going to do purple, because I have more purples than I have blues. So we're going to take a crease brush first. Or not a crease, a smudge brush, correct that. And we're going to, and I did primer in the last one. I just don't have time in this one. I do have to get going soon. We're going to take the darkest purple that we have, which for me particularly is out of a CoverGirl palette that I got at Walmart. Nothing super expensive, but you know, just something that I found at Walmart. And I'm just following the shape of my eye and going from, if you can see, from the corner of my eyebrow to the corner of my eye. And again, following the shape of the eye socket. And filling in from back. Filling in between the two. And I do go up to my eyebrow. It's okay. Going up to your eyebrow hurts nothing. And this is just to give me a nice even layer on the base of my eye makeup. Oh no. And just to make sure that, you know, all the other colors have a nice even layer under them to stick to. And you can do this with the lightest purple. I particularly like to go the lightest in another spot, so I tend to do it darkest at the base and work my way to the lightest. But if you want to go lightest to darkest, then you're free to do that as well. There we go. Alright, and now onto the other eye. And we're just doing the same thing. Once again, kind of follow your eye socket. And then bring in from the corner of your eyebrow down to the corner of your eye, and then fill in. There we go. I'm gonna have to give these a thorough cleaning when I get home. I can already see because this is staining this brush badly, but it's okay. I need to try and find a spray to properly clean these, so I don't just like using soap and water on them. But anyways, just filling in our eyes, getting a nice even base layer, even as you can get it. It's not 100% and there's a little bit of patchiness, don't worry about it. That's my mom. She's okay. She just has a bad knee, so it's hard for her to get up. But she's fine. But we're now using an angle brush. And we're switching palettes because this palette only has one purple. And we're going to go to our next palette and do the purple that I just showed. And with the angle brush, we're going to get plenty of it on the brush, and then we're going to take and go in a straight line about a third of the way in on my eye and go down and then fill in behind that. Coming! I'll be right back. Yeah? What's up? She's okay. She was trying to find her phone and I had to go help her. She had a consultation for her knee that she has to call and see what time it was, because I didn't know what time it was, so I was letting her sleep. And I also didn't know what time my stepdad got off of work, and again, let her sleep, so yeah. I don't like to wake her up when she's sleeping, though, because I know how hard it is for her to get good sleep. So I tend to just let her sleep. Alright, there we go. And now we're using a crease brush, which I thought my smudge one was. And we're using this purple. Oh no, that's not purple, that's pink. Sorry, this purple. It's kind of lavendery color. And we're doing the bottom of our eyelid in that color. We're just doing a straight line, kind of thick, along the bottom of it. To give a little bit of a pop of color when we blink and close our eyes, or at least for me, because I am monolid. So, you know, monolids, we gotta do our eye makeup a little bit different. Unfortunate truth of the matter. And I know some monolid creators use the tape. I just have found that this actually works to do makeup as a monolid without having to buy that tape, because I don't personally know where to get it, and I don't particularly like the idea of doing it, so I just don't. I don't know why my laptop keeps going off, so I'm sorry if you guys are hearing those notification noises. Alrighty then. Ooh, excuse me. And now then, I have a third palette that I'm using just specifically because I need white. Or, you know, I just recently got a white eyeliner, slash body marker that I'm gonna go ahead and grab and use. Not using it as an eyeliner because I am doing a black eyeliner, but I am going to use it anyway in a different way. There it went. And I don't have the time to let this dry. So that's why I'm not using it as an eyeliner. But we will be using it, which I didn't think I'd be doing for a little while. And I'm trying to make sure that I don't make a mess of it. We're gonna kind of dab a little bit of it in the corner of our eye. Not much, but a little bit. And then kind of smudge it out with our fingers. And then we're gonna do a couple of dots of it along the bottom of our eyelid. And I just bought this at Walmart. Kind of caught my eye, so that's why I grabbed it. Once again, smudge it out in a line. And if you need to repeat that process a couple of times, then go ahead and do it. But like I was saying, I just found this at Walmart. It caught my interest, so I went ahead and grabbed it. Because I knew that I was going to be needing more white makeup for flags and stuff, so I was like, you know what, let's go ahead and grab it. So I grabbed it, and here comes its use. I did try and use it in another video, and you guys can see the fail that was. Yeah, I did not like the way that turned out. I found out how long it takes to dry was way too long for me on a normal day for filming. Maybe on a Saturday or a day where I don't have work, but you know, days where I got work, that's not happening. So on a day like today, this is a fairly good use of it. You know, put it in the corner of our eye, put it on underneath our eyebrows as a highlight. And it'll act exactly as if we did an eyeshadow, except for I think it'll stay a little bit better, which is good for me. It also kind of acts like a glue, so fair warning there. If you're going to use it, be careful about how much you put where, because if you put too much of it, it starts to act like a glue. Unfortunate truth of it. Alright, there we go. I didn't think I'd ever use this again because of the way that it was acting when I did it last, but you know what? It's actually a fairly good way to use this, not just waste the fact that I bought it. I'm looking for my eyeliner now. Here it is. And this one is by Tartist. This one is by NYX. The white was by NYX. This one's by Tartist, and it's a double-sided. It's got a pencil that I don't understand how you're supposed to use. But you know what? We're trying new things, so we're gonna try this. I don't think you need all that much out. And we're just doing a thin line along the bottom of our eye. I just broke the tip of it off. I didn't have hardly any pressure on that, and I broke the tip of it off. Lovely. Well, if that's not a testimony of how easy these things break, I'm probably not going to use this all that much, this side of it anyway. But it's okay. We'll make it work anyway. There we go. Alright, there's the eyeliner. And now we're doing the blue on our lips. Right here. And this is the last color in the flag. I did the other three just now on my eyes. So the last one goes on our lips. And it is just a gloss. This one is again by NYX, as the majority of my makeup is, but it works well enough. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the look. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you found it, useful for your own makeup looks. And please let me know in the comments, so long as they're still on and last longer than 30 seconds, what you guys want to see me do in After Pride. Like, what makeup looks and stuff. I have a Harry Potter one. I possibly have a couple of other fantasy involving ones, and hopefully a cosplay based one. But that's all from me today, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye!